People have come up with a ton of ways to play Pokemon. Nuzlockes, monotype runs, all that. But has anyone tried beating a game using big back Pokemon only?
I beg your pardon?
Yep, today I'm finding out if I can beat Pokemon Y using only fat Pokemon. Now, before you assume big automatically means fat, that's not really the case. A Snorlax weighing at a whopping 460 kilograms fits the criteria, but someone like a Drifblim may look big, but they barely weigh anything. So to keep things simple, I'll only be using Pokemon that weigh 90 kilograms or more, and Pokemon that eventually evolve into a big bag. For example, a Phantom is allowed to use since it evolves into Pangoro. And before I get fat phobic comments saying 90 kg ain't fat, hello man. To make things harder, I'll also be following a few extra rules. I'll stay close to the level cap, but I won't hard cap myself. So if you're ready to see what the Big Back Adventure has in store, make sure to like and subscribe and become a member today if you want to support the channel. Without further ado, kick back, relax, and enjoy the video. I'll start by naming myself Big Back Kelvy and meet my friends at the plaza where I get one of the best nicknames ever. Big B? You sounds like fucking Big B from Wolf Among Us, bro. BBK, not BBL, but BBK. It's time to pick a starter, and luckily for me, Chestnut weighs exactly 90 kilograms, meaning I can use Chespin. Everybody welcome Big Back Ricky. This marks the birth of the Big Back Army, or BBA for short. Funnily enough, we'll get a nature that makes us slow, but strong. We'll have a rival battle with Shauna, and it goes smoothly. Unfortunately, I can't add a single encounter to my team until I beat the first gym, which happens to be Bug type. At first, I was worried until I saw that Chespin learns this move. Roll out! That is gonna be huge. As I step into the gym, I try to stay close to the level cap by skipping trainers, but this trainer absolutely embarrasses me.
Oh my god.
Yo, First white out within the first hour. Sure, now that I don't miss, I win the fight and move on to my first gym battle. She leads with a Surge skit that only spams quick attack and eventually falls to my rollouts. The last Mon, Vivillon, surprisingly doesn't go for Gust, so it goes down in seconds. First batch acquired, baby. I fancy myself some new drip, and a few battles later, Ricky evolves into Quilladin. Not long after, we reach Sycamore's lab. I fight him and get to pick a Pokemon. Fortunately for me, all of them fit the criteria thanks to their Mega Evolutions, so I choose Squirtle. Blastoise doesn't even weigh that much, averaging at 85 kilograms, while its Mega is 101. Welcome to the team at Big Back Buster. We're gonna dodge in nature, but that doesn't stop me from adding 2 more members. I make it to Campfire Town, where a Snorlax blocks Route 7, meaning it's time to grab the Pokeflute. On Route 6, I'm able to add another member, Venipede. My ass never realized how heavy Scolipede is. 200 kg is nuts. I named her BB Lena, and she'll be way more useful later on. After finishing a Furfrou maze and watching fireworks of Huzz, I get the flute and hand it to this dude who wakes up the Snorlax. Big Back Po does what he can before getting paralyzed, but within a few minutes, I catch him. This wouldn't be a proper video if he didn't get to use Snorlax, so I name him BB Sam. He gets cursed with an ass nature, but next up is a double rival battle, which me and Serena handle perfectly. Connecting Cave actually has one Pokemon that counts as a Big Back, and is none other than Axew. In fact, a lot of these dragon types weigh a fuck ton, but don't worry, I'm not wearing a full team of dragons. They're just solid backups. Outside the cave, I run into a Bagon and name him BB Akira. Now, if you don't know who Akira from Devilman is, you're an uncultured swine. Now, but for real though, its shiny dadash looks like the old Devilman. I make it to Amber Town, where me and Serena have to help some scientists out in a cave. On the way there, even more Big Backs show up, and I was hyped to see that Crocodile was one of them. Yeah, big and strong boy, and I had the perfect name for this nigga. You know, Big Back Shady instead of Slim Shady.
Are you out your fucking mind? Get him out of here, man.
There were a few encounters I could have grabbed in here, but nothing worth taking. Eventually, I run into a Flare Grunt and challenge him. It doesn't help that I keep missing Sandtomb while he boosts his attack, but thankfully he roars out Poe and chops his ass down. A few more grunts ahead, but at least now our boy was cooking. We went through a double battle, and unfortunately Scraggy BTFOs my Sandile. And a crit. Big boy Sam comes in and takes out the Krogan. Scraggy almost finishes Sam, but we take it and put him down. We finally find the scientist who gives us one of the fossils, and man oh man was I happy to see more as an option. Aurorus is my favorite fossil, and I'm glad it weighs 225 kilograms. I never thought I'd say that sentence in my life. Next up is the rock type gym, which I was very confident about. A lot of my team counters it, so it was only a matter of time before I reached Grant. Of course, his lead is Amora when I really wanted to use Shady. I do get an Intimidate off before switching into Buster, who tanks the Refrigerate takedown. I spam Bubble, even force a heal, but that did not prevent the inevitable. Last is Tyrant, who takes down Buster. I bring in Shady to get another Intimidate and try lowering its accuracy with Mud Slap. Of course he lands the first Rock Tomb, but I go for another. He hits Stomp and is a fuck ton, eventually killing me. How does that still hit though? Like, bro, this RNG is some bullshit because he gets yet another stomp off, but Poe uses his martial arts to finish his T-Rex. I expected it to go way better, but we still walk out with the second badge. Route 10 gives us an encounter that helps massively with the fighting gym and is Golett. I'm super glad he's in the game because I can finally revive Big Back Billy. The people over on Discord know exactly who this guy is. But it didn't help the fact that he got the worst ability in the game. And I get Klutz. After clearing out a few more Team Flare grunts, I make it to Geosense Town and shortly after meet Karina. As we know, she wants to fight, but unfortunately for her, I had an ace up my sleeve. Big Back Billy, Izuoto. She has 0 moves that can hit my Golett until Billy slays them both. While progressing through Route 11, I noticed I've slowly become underleveled from skipping fights. I did this on purpose because I didn't want to overlevel and turn everything into a breeze. So I took my time here and in the cave. Looks like it paid off because Shady is evolving. Exiting the cave, I make it to Shallow City, where we finally unlock Mega Evolution. But before that, we have a gym fight with Karina and a rival battle with Serena. Her lead is Meowstic and mine is Snorlax. Good thing this guy has a ton of HP and special defense, so Meowstic goes down easily. Next up is Absol, who I knew had terrible defense and gets squashed by Sam. The same happens to her Breaksen, leading to a full Snorlax sweep. It was now time for the gym, but with the help of the trainers, I trained Golett even more, boosting my confidence. The only thing that worried me was whether she had foresight, but by the looks of it, she didn't. But Cho comes out and only goes for Leah, which didn't worry me at first, until I realized her last spawn's Hawlucha. I start switching back and forth between Shady and Billy, force out her healing potions, and then realize Hawlucha can't hit me at all. Instead of Aerial Ace, it seems to be running Flying Press, because she just keeps spamming Home Claws. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a negative. Once I get the badge, I head back to Poke Center and notice something odd. Does she have like a big smile? I was actually planning on replacing Shady with Billy, but his Klutz ability annoyed me so much that I benched our hero. I head back to the Tower of Mystery and meet Karina at the top, where I have my first Mega Evolution battle. After I win, I keep the bracelet and our mascot Strike. While we progress through Route 12, Poe finally gets enough XP and said, "Sked Goose." Lena also gets her first evolution, which is going to be huge for the next gym. But before I could enter, Serena wanted another rival battle. At this point, you can probably guess how that went. Looks like Ricky got a little too excited watching that fight because she's now a fully evolved Chestnut. The plan was to evolve Lena into Scolipede, but we didn't get enough XP, so I said fuck it and challenged the leader anyway. The first Pokemon is Jumpluff, who I somehow forgot was flying type and almost kills me. I was hoping P-Jab would do enough, which it didn't. My stupid ass then thought switching into Chestnut was a good idea, and I lose way too much HP. I spike a shield, force a heal, then go for another Poison Jab, which ends up one-shotting it. Next up is Go-Goat, who I let Big Sam handle. In hindsight, that was a terrible play since Snorlax's physical defense sucks and he ends up fainting. Lena goes down too, so I let Poe punch it to death and absolutely violate this chopped-ass plant. That was another batch secured, but I also thought to myself, of course the grass one's the one that does the most damage to my team, bro. Next out is 13, which leads straight to Team Flare's underground base. Before heading in, I make sure to name Amora Big Back Larry and evolve Lena into Scolipede. After beating all these scrubs, I run into one of the admins and her subordinates. Now let me tell you, after playing so many difficulty acts, this was an absolute breeze. After that short event, I head back to Lumio's, where the next gym finally lights up. With Big Back Shady by my side, there wasn't much I was afraid of facing. After battling all the trainers, he finally evolved into Crocodile, and it was time to absolutely steamroll Clement. Even though his lead is Emolga, I made sure mine was Lina. Since I got Baton Pass on Evolution, I set up with Agility, immediately switched into Shady, and went for Rock Tomb and one-shot it. Helioisk was next, and it was time to send it straight to the grave. It wasn't any different for his Magneton, meeting Clemens officially defeated. Though before leaving, I did have something to say. This is honestly the coolest badge, I think, like, period, of any gym. You might disagree, but I really like it. After that, it's time to head to Route 14 and bang out yet another win against Serena, along with some changes. I didn't like how the XP share was distributed levels, so I turned it off and used candies instead. That way, I didn't have to worry about overtraining and I could keep everyone around the same level. Also made everyone shiny, because why not? It only changes their appearance. Just so you know, there's been some routes with more big backs, but honestly, not many caught my interest. So either skip them or don't show them at all. Does this mean Kalos has a hidden big back epidemic? Shit, who knows at this point. I made it to Labyrinth Town and got a little Larry to evolve into the Pokemon with the best cry ever. Oh my god, that was perfect impression. You can't say that's not perfect impression. Like, I got myself an olive green bag to ice out, then get ready for the next gym, which is Fairy type. This is exactly why I'm glad Lena's here, since Fairy types are pretty strong. Valerie's lead was Mawile, so I went into Shady and took it out. Mr. Mime is next, and unfortunately for me, it sets up Reflect, meaning P-Jab does a one-shot, but Psychic takes me out. I forgot that Mr. Mime's special attack is actually good. Sam crushes it with his weight, and last up was Sylveon. I go for Yawn, switch into Buster, and go for a Mega Shinka. Sylveon's special defense is high, so it tanks a few hits, but luckily it sits asleep and eventually goes down. After getting Fairy Badge, I say goodbye to Lina and add Akira to the team. I'm actually glad Scolipede got a new Mega Evolution, since it's one of the coolest bike types I know. Next up was more Team Flare Chaos, which of course a group of 16-year-olds has to deal with. Beating 3 baddies? Here we go then. I was honestly expecting more from these battles, but I guess the big back armor is just too strong now. It honestly had me asking this. What was Pokemon thinking when, like, scaling this battle? Like 6 gyms in, and they still only got 1 Mon. After beating the hot ladies, I had to do a quick G-check. Matter of fact, if you're still watching, I want to see BBK next to your comment, bro. Sometimes we have to G-check, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we have to. BBK is a funny ass... BBK is a funny ass name though, bro. Next up is Denimil Town, where yet another Team Flare conflict is popping off in a cave. After fighting these guys so many times, it's clear they got some weak ass grunts and especially weak ass admins running their organization, bro. But hey, at least Mabel were from the Legends EA, right? God damn, she became sexy as hell. Too far? Okay. And Star City's gym is my next target, but before that, I got myself a nice zipper, and of course my neighbor Serena wants her ass beat again. With this current squad, I'm more than confident of heading into the Psyche gym. Now I might be one of the few saying this, but Olympia is definitely a myth.
What?
And crack.
Oh! What the fuck?
But that's not stopping me from unleashing the big back army's might. One crunch takes Sigil down and another drops Slow King. Meowstic really thought Fake Out was gonna help. Like, boy, if you don't get your weak ass pulse off by big back shady for a crunch your ass. Oh, that was the whole battle? Shit, aight then. As soon as I leave the gym, Lysandre calls everyone saying he's about to commit mass genocide, and of course a group of 16-year-olds can't let that happen. I headed back to the cafe to reach her base, but on the way I started wondering, is this supposed to be Grisham and Griselle? They were both in that cafe and clearly a part of the team, but I don't know, just a theory. Funnily enough, I somehow forgot we fought Lysandre. His lead technically counters Sam, but I didn't give a fuck and slammed his ass. Gyarados was the real problem though. I was hoping he wouldn't go for a Wateroo, which of course he does, meaning Larry wouldn't survive to get off Ancient Power. I make a quick call and switch into Ricky, since Gyarados usually doesn't have good flying type moves. It goes for Outrage, which our Unbreakable Shield eats. I start with Leech Seed and Spiky Shooter. He hits himself with Confusion, and Ricky's Seed Bomb finishes it off. Murkrow is next, so I switch into Akira. Even with his Eviolite, he takes too much damage, so I bring in Big Dog Shady to finish the job. Ahaiki thought I'd outspeed Pyroar, which led to Shady's downfall. I pivot into Sam, who has thick fat, and start humiliating Pyroar by spamming Body Slam as a 460 kg bear. He fucks with my conviction, but he kind of just continues his plan anyway. Eventually, I clear out the base along with his admins. But this motherfucker still goes ahead and prepares the ultimate weapon, so enter Jason's town, beat the Flare Ground Guard in their third base. Not only that, this ends up being the battle our boy Akira needed to finally become a Devilman. Serena pulls up ready to help, but when we head down into the base, the man himself is waiting for us yet again. And funnily enough, this is where a well-known meme comes from. Tears? Why? Pokemon. We get yet another rematch, but I don't know why he expected the big back army to treat him any differently. Akira charges up a Zen headbutt and finishes this fool. This time Larry isn't getting hit by a water type move, so I go for Thunder Wave, then switch into Godiki and let Shady end it quickly. Our boy's at full HP this time, so he tanks a point blank Fire Blast and one-shots Pyroar. The same thing happens to Honchkrow. This is the point in the story where he's clearly awakened the legendary Pokemon, and we have to stop it. After way too many filler battles, I finally get to witness one of my favorite scenes in all of Pokemon. My goat. My goat. This is the OG Aura Farmer, bro. I mean, yeah, its ability is literally Dark Aura. I catch the bad boy in a Master Ball, and luckily for me, he actually fits the weight criteria. But I didn't want to make the game too easy, so I let the GOAT rest in the PC. Moments later, Lysarni pulls up in a suit that I still don't know what it's supposed to resemble. If you know, let me know in the comments. Anyway, it's time to beat this guy once and for all. He sends out Mean Shout, and I send out Buster. With zero hesitation, I Mega Shinka. I go for Surf while he goes for another high jump kick, but we're bulky enough to take it and secure the kill. I let Buster go down, then send out Larry, set up Calm Mind, and Ancient Power this fool. Unfortunately for me, he has Steel Wing and one-shots my Dinosaur. That's fine though, because Akira comes in for the revenge and slays the Crow. His Mega Gyarados is out, which I completely forgot has Outrage. I switch into Riki, tank another hit, then fire off a Seed Bomb that completely obliterates him. He was definitely crashing out. Gave me rage. I even post up after winning this battle, and he's literally mauling as he still fires the weapon and crashes the entire base. It's funny looking back now knowing Zygarde saved his ass. After the group of 16-year-olds saved the region, it's time to head to the final gym, but before that, my rival stalks me for one last battle. First up is Shauna, who goes down under a minute. I thought Tierno could put up a fight, but boy, I was wrong. Snorlax even dodged a Crab Hammer at 5 HP just to violate him. Last but not least is Trevor, and honestly, he's probably the weakest of the bunch. After a streak like that, I'm feeling insanely confident heading into the final gym. It's funny that the last leader in this game is also a big bag. Time to show him who the strongest fat ass is. He slaps his belly, and we begin. He sends out his fat ass, and I send out mine. He surprisingly only goes for Ice Shard, but I managed to outspeed with Rock Tomb and eventually finish him with Body Slam. Cryogonal is next, and I know it's not tanking a Heavy Slam. Last is Avalog, weighing at a whopping 500 kilograms. This nigga is heavier than Snorlax, so I already know Heavy Slam isn't doing shit. I go for Yawn, then switch into Larry. He may have good physical defense, but his special defense is ass, so it's time to humiliate him with Ancient Power. Sorry, Wolfric, but I'm the ultimate big back. Before heading to the league though, I make sure I'm fully dripped out with a new hoodie and some shoes to start the journey. The entrance to the Victory Road actually looks sick. I was about to make a cool edit here until I accidentally opened the gate. Why did I keep this in the video? I don't know. I just wanted to say it. Victory Road itself is a breeze, but before finishing it, I have one last fight with Serena. She still doesn't even have a full team of 6 this late into the game, and honestly, I don't think it wouldn't matter. Akira sets up Home Claws and finishes things with Fly. Altaria is next, and I know Dragon Breath won't kill, so I switch into Larry and one-shot it. Shady takes out Jolteon and almost does the same to Delphox until he gets a lucky burn. I pivot into Buster and let him handle it. Last is Absol, who I fully expected to Mega Evolve, but she doesn't. These difficulty hacks really scarred me because I swear she had one in at least one of them. Either way, her loss was inevitable. After she friend zones me, I cleared the last few battles and finally reached the Pokemon League. This is it, people. I think I'm happy with this team, bro. Big Back Akira, Big Back Shady, Big Back Sam, Big Back Larry, Big Back Ricky, and Big Back Buster. A team filled with badasses. I'm surprised Snorlax weighs more than a fucking dinosaur. The only thing we need to guarantee now is getting the W. I forgot how big this shit is. Grandiose. Illustrious big back Kelvy are you? I am. It's finally time to take on the Elite Four, starting with Malva. One thing I really like about this Elite Four is how they all have these badass throws. Anyway, it's time to steamroll. A Mega Evolve and 2-shot Pyroar. She goes for Brave Bird, but our cannon tanks it and nearly drops the bird. I switch it to Larry, eat the hit, and she dies to Flare Blitz recoil. I get an Ancient Power off, then another finished Torkoal. Last one is Chandelier, who I know Sam can perfectly counter. Oh, that did nothing. Rock Tomb does the job, and the first member goes down. Next up is a Steel-type trainer, Vikstrom, who has never seen his Klefki faint this fast. Aegislash comes out next, and with its absurd defense, tanks a lot, but eventually falls, even after firing a Sacred Soda. He sends off Scizor, which counters Shady, so I pivoted to Goriki and hammer on this bitch, dropping it with a crazy crit. What a crit! Last is his ugly ass Probopass, who eventually goes down. That's the second member beaten. Now on to the third. Honestly, this chamber looks freaking sick. But anyway, hello Gordon Ramsay. You look a bit different, buddy. Ricky slams this lobster into the ground, but I quickly switch when I see Starmie. I go into Snorlax and make some pretty shitty plays, but eventually Shady defeated it. I honestly thought Barbarical would tank that EQ, but I guess Shady's just too strong. Last is Gyarados, and after fighting Lysonic so many times, I try the same strat. I block Ice Fang, I one hammer crits, and kills him. Ricky's on a fucking roll with these crits, man. On a side note, it's crazy that the Elite Four doesn't use a single Mega Evolution. Game Freak really sucks at designing some of these battles. Now it's time to face the last member, the Dragon Type Master. Hey, are we cracking though?
What?
Like, I have to ask these questions. Like, it's time to fight the Guild Drasna, and even though Dragon types are insanely strong, Akira has his shit in the bag. Akira slays them like it's nothing. I don't outspeed Noivern, but I still tank at 3 HP and get some chip damage. Unlike I got poisoned by Dragality, but it's fine since Larry got our back. Dodgen comes out, and I fire off a point-blank Hyper Beamo. Drasna goes down, meaning we can finally challenge the champion. Alright, let's face this woman. Diantha. No, I always think, where are all the champions, Elite Fours, when all this is going down? Where? As her Alucha goes for P-Jab, I immediately click Fly and one-shot it. Aurora's comes out, meaning I'm forced to switch. Alright? Brasta Izuoto. Yo, I tried my best to overlevel, and I felt like I did a pretty good job. This is definitely... the later battles were definitely a bit more challenging, and I appreciate that. Gore, guys. No, I'm not even switching. Oh my god, we almost one-shot. This is definitely gonna heal. Oh, we're gonna... Yo, we've been getting crazy amount of crits, bro. Tyrantrum. I felt like Ice Beam could just destroy you, honestly. Hype Moments and Aura or go for the win. Hype Moments and Aura. No lower my defense. Thank you. Hi, buddy. Yawn. Oh my... Oh, God. So much for a hype moment and aura. I go into Shady, lower its attack, and even dodge a hit. I switch back into Sam while it's asleep, but he literally wakes up after one turn. Nah, she getting flexed on, bro. I fucking knew that shit would happen. I knew it. I knew it. Missing a hammer arm on this fool didn't help, but once I finally landed, it goes down. Next up was a Gudra, who I wanted to delete seed, but it fires off a fire blast, leaving me insanely low, and also when I realized it had Sap Sipper. Oh my god, you have Sap Sipper. Fuck. Alright, Larry. This thing is very strong, especially defensively. It may have gotten burned, but it does not matter. Now, full power, Hyper Beamo. Oh, we dodged the Focus Blast too. Oh, we would have been fucked. The hype moment and aura almost ruined. Oh, goodness. Moonblast, we're dead, aren't we? Jeez. Oh my, she was... She was like the rest of my team. Jesus Christ. Do you outspeed?
No.
Oh, wait,
Honestly guys, right now I wanna smash everything in my room. I wanna smash absolutely everything in my room.
I lost.
Damn.
Man,
I lost because I was playing around. Every single video, stream, whatever it may be, where I try go for a hype moment with Aura, I always end up losing.
I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
You know, I'm gonna keep supporting the video. I'm not, cause I'm out here. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. Dry ass commentary, no hype moment and Aura and just win. Like, I'm trying to, you know, make this like peak. But you know what? Fine. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that then. Fuck playing this like it's the anime. I'm making the competitive sweats happy with this one. This goes for an SD, but I don't care. Because fly one-shots. Aurora's just back out, so I switch into Buster and turn that dinosaur into a fossil once again. Gorgeist comes out next, so I put it to Shady and crunch it to death. Gura gets obliterated by Shady's outrage, and Tyrantrum almost drops in one hit. She heals, which I'm fine with, because our big back's still enraged. I swap back into Goriki and take the Dragon Claw and slay the T-Rex. Then the monster's Gardevoir hits the field. However, I had the perfect counter for her. Big Back Sam is the ultimate counter to this freak. Not only does he have absurd amount of HP and special defense, but I kept this move to the very end to counter just these specific types. Berries! And with Heavy Slam being weight-based and Gardevoir weighing less than 100 kilograms. Fuck off! Oh my god, you gotta almost kill me. 6-0. See, this what happens when I don't have fun. Like, this is me when I'm charging against a fucking bitch. Okay? A bitch. There we go, bro. That's the squad right there, bro. This is the squad. Look at all the fatties. You know what? Despite being restricted to weight-based Pokemon, I'm really happy with what team I could create and other sort of possibilities, at least within this game. I look clean as a bit. I'm taller than everybody. Like I should be. There's still one final fight left with AZ, but honestly it's pretty easy. As we all know, it's the battle where his Floette finally returns. Looks like we got a happy ending after all. And that's it. So I guess this answers the question. Can he beat Pokemon White with a team full of big backs? Yes. Funny video that I had in mind. I really do hope you enjoyed this. I wanted to give this shit a try, and if you did, I might give it another go. I mean, depending on this video does, it might be for another game, like maybe Black and White or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I really do like to say at the end of every single video I do is that I aim to become a YouTube GOAT. Now, I want to genuinely become one of the biggest PokeTubers on this platform. Like, when people think of a PokeTuber, they think at least of me and the whole striker community as a whole. Now, I know not everybody might see this vision or agree, but if you want to join me and the community to rise to the freaking top, bro, all you gotta do is just subscribe and join the Discord. That's basically it. Like, you watching the videos, liking, commenting, it does help, but most importantly, honestly, it's just watching and engaging with the community and get to know people along the way. I don't take this GOAT status lighthearted or wanted to become one. It's something that is my biggest goal in life. Like, I'm literally devoting my entire life to becoming the greatest. If you want to support me further, make sure to follow me on my socials and become a member today. But so as I like to say, or as I always do say, make sure to stay hydrated.